Good morning, everyone. To our dear participants and to those who have registered in our Facebook page, again, welcome to our webinar. Again, my name is Joanna De Leon, and I will be your course officer for today's webinar entitled Introduction to Digital Citizenship.
Hi and good morning everyone. I am Cassandra Bermeo and I am going to give the opening remarks. Again, good morning everyone, our participants, dear students and gadget beneficiaries. I hope that everyone is in good condition and in good health. On behalf of the ICT Literacy and Competency Development Bureau of the Department of Information and Communications Technology, it is my pleasure to welcome you in this webinar. Thank you for taking time out of your schedule to be here today. As you know, this webinar is part of the objectives of the CyberSafe Learning for Education project of the ILCD. The purpose of this project is to provide accessible ICT education trainings for learners, teachers, non-teaching staff, and government employees, as well nationwide. The main goal is to provide trainings on cyber-safe practices and cybersecurity awareness. So for this webinar, we hope that you will be able to learn about how to keep your private information safe online and privacy accounts for your own protection. We hope that you will learn to think critically online and of course, how to be a responsible netizens in general. And I am sure you will learn a lot with all the knowledge that will be shared with us today by our resource person. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. Again, on behalf of the ILCAB, we hope that today is going to be another day full of learning for all of you. And good luck, welcome once again, and have fun learning to all.
Again, thank you, Ms. Callie Bermeo, for your opening remarks. So to give us an overview of the project and to be able to understand the project better, let us all watch the video on CyberSafe.
Welcome to CyberSafe Learning for Education project. Before we go to our training session, we, the CyberSafe Learning for Education project team of the ICT Literacy and Competency Development Bureau of the Department of Information and Communications Technology, would like to give a short talk of our project. I am Eileen Parado, Project Development Officer of the ICT ILCDB. To start, the DICT is responsible for the planning, development, and promotion of the country's information and communications technology agenda, and it upholds its mandate to develop standards and mechanisms for the protection of children online. Within the DICT is the ICT Literacy and Competency Development Bureau, or ILCDB, that implements ICT literacy programs. With this, the CyberSafe Learning for Education project was developed to address the urgent need for online access in education while protecting the learners. As an overview, the project aims to promote a safe learning environment for learners in the cyber realm through the use of contents provided by DICT and their partners. The target audience are not just the learners, but includes the teachers and parents who will also receive training to help us reach our main goal, which is to protect users from harm while using the internet. These are the specific objectives of the project. First is to utilize and magnify the wider reach of the project for everyone. Next is to enhance the use of ICT for the improvement of cyber education. Third is to promote digital literacy by building the knowledge of learners, teachers, and education leaders. Next is to develop and promote the adoption of cyber-safe learning practices. Next is to deliver cyber-safe learning content to promote awareness on the issues. And finally, to ensure that ICT in schools is used mainly for education purposes. What we do in the project. There are two major activities being conducted in the project: the deployment of devices and the provision of online courses in cyber safety and hygiene. For the deployment, the DICT through the ILCDB deploy devices, laptops, and tablets to different LGUs, public schools, government agencies, and other partner institutions. This is to provide means to continue with education, learning, government services, as well as knowledge and capacity building of the nation despite the new normal situation. Aside from gadget deployment, the project also offers ICT courses and related contents to device recipients, as well as other interested individuals to increase awareness on cyber threats, cybersecurity, and hygiene. This is using different platforms developed by partners of the ICT. These online courses were made possible in partnership with different private and public institutions, such as University of the Philippines College of Education, Buri Technology Incorporated through CAST Learning Management System, Cisco Networking Academy, Stairway Foundation Incorporated, Digital Tayo from Facebook and AHA Behavioral Design, Microsoft, and Go Philippines. So that's for a quick introduction on the CyberSafe Learning for Education project of the DICT ILCDB. If you have any question, feel free to reach us at cybersafe@dict.gov.ph. Thank you and happy learning to all.
To give us an introductory about health and wellness from Facebook Digital Tayo, we would like to be showing this video to give you an idea of how to be safe online and to be fully informed. So there, please watch this.
Sa pagharap ng isang krisis tulad ng COVID-19, isa sa matinding naaapektuhan ay ang ating mental well-being. Kamusta na nga ba ang inyong well-being ngayon? Narito ang ilan sa mga tips para malagaan natin to. Hi guys, my name is Jello, ang inyong Digital Tayo Trainer. Isa sa pinakamahalaga ngayong panahon ng krisis ay ang pag-alaga sa ating kalusugan. Kasama na dito ang ating mental health and wellness. Normal lang tuwing krisis ang makaramdam ng lungkot, anxiety, o stress dahil bukod sa sakit na bitbit ng COVID-19, nandyan din ang problema na dumarating sa atin at sa mga mahal natin sa buhay. Ngayong panahon ng quarantine, malaki ang naitutulong ng social media sites gaya ng Facebook at ng Instagram, lalo na dun sa mga hindi nakakalabas ng bahay. Kaya naman, gamitin natin to upang mapanatili ang ating connection sa mga kaibigan at sa ating mga pamilya. Stay connected sa pamamagitan ng video calls or chats para maramdaman mo na kasama mo rin sila, lalo na sa panahon ng krisis. Sa ganitong paraan, mas mababawasan yung bigat sa loob natin, lalo na kung nag-iisa ka. Kahit sino pwedeng makaramdam ng stress at anxiety. Kaya mainam na makahanap tayo ng paraan na makapag-relax o kaya naman gumawa ng mga healthy activities na pwede mong i-enjoy. Kasama na dito ang proper diet, sapat na tulog, exercise, at pag-ipag-usap sa mga mahal natin sa buhay. Sa panahon ngayon, mas kinakailangan nating alagaan ang ating katawan at isipan. Bukod sa lumalaban ito sa kahit anong virus, nakakatulong din ito sa ating mental state. Sunod, mahalaga rin ang paminsan-minsang break mula sa mga balita. Diba? Alam naman natin ngayon na marami ng balita ang nakaka-alarma. Hindi masamang mag-break mula sa mga balitang nagdudulot ng pangamba. Mabuti pa, ituon mo na lang ang oras mo sa bonding kasama ng pamilya. Mawawala pa stress mo. At kung iwas stress din naman ang pag-uusapan natin, umiwas na rin tayo sa mga negatibong bagay na hindi nakakabuti sa nararamdaman mo. Diba? Gamitin natin ang social media tools. Meron tayong unfriend, merong unfollow, meron din block para sa mga individual o pages na hindi naman nakakabuti sa ating well-being. Pwede rin gamitin ang newsfeed preferences para makontrol ang nakikita mo sa newsfeed mo. May quiet mode feature din ang Facebook na makakatulong sa atin mag-manage ng notifications na natatanggap natin. Ang quiet mode ay isa sa mga features ng Your Time on Facebook kung saan makikita ang average time na nilalaan mo para sa Facebook sa isang araw. Para ma-access ito, i-click lang ang settings sa inyong Facebook app. Alright? And then i-click mo yung your time on Facebook para pwede mo nang i-manage ang oras mo sa paggamit ng Facebook. Pwede mo rin gamitin yung set daily time reminder para paalalahanan ka kung ilang oras na lang ang natitira bago yung social media break na gusto mo. Tandaan na pwede mag-reach out at mag-connect. Lumapit sa mga pinagkakatiwalaang tao para maglabas ng saloobin. Or pwede rin kayong tumawag sa mga medical experts o kaya naman sa mga helplines para naman matulungan at mapayuhan kayo sa inyong mga nararamdaman o sa kahit anong pinagdadaanan. Bilang digital citizen, tayo ay may tungkuling panatilihing healthy ang social media para sa lahat. Gamitin ito para mamayani ang pagkakaisa, lalo na ngayong panahon ng krisis. Tayo ay miyembro ng iisang digital community at may tungkulin ang bawat isa. Abangan ang mga susunod na webinar at sabay-sabay tayong maging responsableng digital citizens. Stay healthy and safe! Para sa karagdagang impormasyon tungkol sa digital literacy, maaaring pumunta sa www.digitaltayo.fb.com at sa Facebook COVID-19 Information Center.
Now is the time for me to actually introduce our trainer for today. She is actually part of the DICT. So Ms. Rodina Pangilinan is a training specialist too for the DICT Region 7. She is also a cybersecurity women and youth advocate, as well as civil service eligibility professional as of 2015, and a licensed education or license examination for teacher passer as of 2016. She has been a resource speaker for various topics as follows. So she was also part of the Women's Month 2020 entitled Pag-usapan Natin Agad-Agad Talk Show, as well as the Dumaguete City SCWDO National Family Week webinar on ayudang panteknolohiya sa panahon ng pandemya last 2021, as well as a resource speaker for ICT employment opportunities for the youth during Summer Youth Camp in Zamboanga City last 2019, as well as the digital marketing in Dole for Region 7 Sustainable Livelihood Framework last 2011. So again, let us all give a warm of applause or a clap emoji for Ms. Rodina Pangilinan.
Good morning, maayong buntag po, all the way from Cebu here in Region 7. So this session called the Introduction to Digital Citizenship is in partnership with Digital Tayo from Facebook. So as you have seen earlier, Facebook introduced a few features sa kanilang platform in how we can be responsible digital citizens, no, in using our social media platforms, especially Facebook. I believe lahat siguro sa atin dito sa ating Zoom, and especially of course those who are joining us with through our Facebook Live, no, have been using Facebook for quite a while now. So hindi na po tayo bago sa Facebook. I myself have used Facebook, I think later na on in 2013 when I was still in, or I think it's 2019, no, when 2009, kumbaga, when I was still in my earlier days sa college, no. So parang how many years na din? Okay, so this is not to introduce and guide you to safely and securely use Facebook or any social media in general, no, to use social media to communicate with your families and relatives. Okay, so for this part, no, I'd like everyone to participate. Pwedeng yung mga nasa Facebook Live din, you can also comment, no, and participate sa ating minigame or activity. So all you just need to do, no, is patype po sa ating chat box or comment section, digital tayo, if relatable sa inyo ang mga situations na ipa-flash ko sa screen. Let me check, no, patype po muna kung nakikinig ba ang lahat. Patype po ako ng digital tayo. Okay, so pwede nyo lang yan siyang i-copy paste, no? When the situation is relatable to you. Thank you so much. Okay. Sige po, start tayo sa first situation. Okay? Ayan. So first off, I have made a TikTok. Type natin kung nakagawa ka ng kahit isang TikTok. Ayun, ang dami, ano? Okay, I myself also admit to that na nakagawa na din ako ng TikTok. All right, next, let's see. Okay, if this is applicable to you, no? You've been working for more than 10 years. Ayun, sabi ni Ma'am Elisa Barasi, without tayo. So, that is applicable to her. Thank you. Let's do the next situation, no? I have difficulty using gadgets or applications. Ayan, digital tayo, no? Let's be honest, you know, it's not bad to have difficulties. I'm pretty sure a lot of us have difficulties with using gadgets. And lastly, type digital tayo if you are already responsible. Okay. Thank you so much. Bumamaha ang ating chat box. All right. Thank you so much for participating. Okay, so let's get moving. Okay, so there are actually a lot of ways, no, and reasons why we use social media. No, we have only a few on screen, no, but you could also type in some of your reasons aside from the five that is displayed on screen why you use your social media. No, so primarily we use a social media, no, maybe to grow our businesses, especially for those who have online businesses, no, small businesses. Also, we use it to connect with family and friends, no? Napaka big advantage sa atin ngayon kasi naaalala natin noon na yung mga families and friends na OFW gagastos pa ng malaki para makabili ng call card, no, for international dialing. Ngayon, kailangan mo lang na may load or may internet para makapag-messenger na sa inyong mga mahal sa buhay, di ba? And then, of course, you get updates on what is happening, no? Kung sino na ba ang nangunguna sa ASEAN Games ngayon, no? If you are watching or following the SEA Games today, kung ilan na bang gold ang Pilipinas. Let's not talk about election because it's already done, no? But in the past few weeks, it was really a trending topic here in the Philippines, especially on Facebook. And of course, we use social media to share our experiences with the concerts that we've been to, no, the webinars that we have joined. And of course, you use social media to share about yourself, right? Okay, ayun, sabi ni Ma'am Lorly, no, nakafollow siya, Philippines ranked third na. Thank you so much for the information, Ma'am Lorlene. Ayun, but of course, alongside these advantages, there are disadvantages and risks. Do you agree? Let me know if you agree. Just give me a hands up, thumbs up pala sa ating reactions button if you agree. Ayan. So, of course, we have to be very careful then, because we are very vulnerable to fake news, to false information, a lot of privacy concerns, and this may lead to identity theft, no, and scams. Ayan. Agree. Of course. So, in this session, we hope not to let you know how to navigate the online world and how we can protect ourselves and our community. Okay? Ayan. So, which brings us not to our first question for today. What is a digital citizen? Paki-type po sa ating comment box or sa ating chat box what term or even one word lang no, na may incorporate nyo sa digital citizen? When we speak of digital citizen, what comes into your mind? Sige po, try natin. Ayan. Skilled daw, sabi ni Sir Jose. Always online. Okay? So, people. Yes, that's also one. Netizen. Okay. Thank you so much. All right. Sorry. Sige, let me move the chat box. Okay. Up to trends, no? Okay, yan. Responsible. 24/7. Gusto ko yan, no? Sir, from CDRMO of Antipolo. That's correct, no? When we speak of digital citizen, no, it somehow says or shows you that you have the knowledge and skills to responsibly use the internet and other digital technologies. So tama yung nagsabi ng responsible. Tama yung nagsabi ng skills, no? And digital technologies that you use. And admit it or not, no? Almost all of us use social media most of the time. Not necessarily for leisure purposes, but we also use it even in our own organizations, not to communicate, to send documents, uh, to collaborate with each other. Okay, sige. Now, the question is, how do you become a responsible digital citizen? Paano nga ba maging responsible digital citizen? No? So a responsible digital citizen protects oneself, protects your family and friends, and of course, protects the community. No? Now, when you look at being a responsible digital citizen, you do not only look at one of these three aspects. The three should go together. Okay, so let's go to the first aspect of being a responsible digital citizen. No, looking at oneself, looking at yourself. No, it is important to talk about this because you talk about yourself in the digital world, no, and you think about what you share online. So, because every time on the everywhere you go in the internet, you leave tracks, no, and what do you call these tracks? Can anyone type in the term for these tracks that you leave online? Cookies could be, no? But in a netizen term, cash could be, okay? But look at the image there, okay? Who can tell me the exact terminology? Footprint. Okay, so ayon, sabi ni Sir Jerby from UMAC, digital footprint. Okay, that's correct po. Because any behavior you do online leaves a mark depending on how you manage your information. Parang it's like when you walk on dirt or mud, no, you can see your footprint and you are leaving tracks behind you, which means any behavior online will leave a mark. Okay? So you always have to check what you share about yourself. Ano bang sinishare mo sa yung Facebook account, sa yung Instagram, or sa TikTok mo? No? So you share your personal information, of course. No? Information, your profile, about your profile, where are you from? It could be. No? What's your name? No? And who are those people you are related to? No? You share your profile and your personal information. So it could be through your posts, it could be through the messages that you share, and then it could also be what you share or what you like. All right. Now, who are the ones that you have access to that have access to that info? So it would be, of course, your online friends and relationships. Okay. So medyo may sipon po ako ngayon. So pardon no the sound of my voice today. So galing akong concert sa Araneta. Charot. Okay, so the tendency is we might overshare, and because of that, there are big security risks. No, you are making it easy for criminals to take advantage of you because of the information that you share. No, there may be incidents or cases, no, reported cases na kasi nagpost yung one family member that very updated sa kanyang stories or sa kanyang posts sa social media na on the way to this resort with my whole family, no, now in blah blah blah. And ang tendency is vulnerable ang kanilang house, no, at doon naging target sila ng mga magnanakaw kasi walang tao sa bahay. So that is one of the risks, no, on being very or oversharing on social media. All right. So another reason that you also need to think about the footprints that you leave online or your digital footprints is other people can search you. No, some things you enter or post online might be publicly available. For example, try nyo yung mga those who can access your browser at the meantime. Try nyo daw search yung name nyo, your own name sa Google. No, I tried that earlier. I typed in my maiden name, no, and I was actually a little bit shocked, no, and unaware that there was this one article, no, that came out of the searches that I did, and it says top 10 uh, freelance success writers in the Philippines. So na-intrigued ako. It was pala from a freelancing site that I signed up before, and which gave me a client gave me a good feedback, and it made me ranked, no, on top 4 sa kanilang platform. I can't just say the platform, no, but seeing at what results came out from my search, no, there are really a lot of ways that people can search for your information, no, so you have to be very careful, no, about how you share your personal information on the digital media. Okay, so what are these information that other people can see about you? So it could be the images that you uploaded on your social media profiles, ano, and your social media accounts. Kung yung there were times no nga na nalalocked out tayo sa ating mga accounts, especially during the early years that we did Facebook. I admit that. I admit to that na malo-lost track tayo sa password natin, and then you make another account and you make another account when you search for that your account, no, or you try to search for your name, there are a lot of accounts na hindi nyo na nagagamit, no, so that's one way that people can see your information. Of course, if you choose to put which school did you graduate or which school are you studying at the moment, then they can see that, no, if you're from UMAC, if you're from Rizal University, no, you have an option to hide that actually. All right, of course you can show as well your job, your current job or your previous job or your previous employers. Okay, the news stories that you have shared, and what community or social groups you have followed or you have joined. Okay, so alongside these advantages natin, no, as we've mentioned earlier, of course we are prone to risks, no, but the good thing about it is there are many ways that we can limit the risks and concentrate on all the good things that you can do online. no? There are ways we can safely shop. There are ways that we can work, research, talk, no, play, how to interact, and be entertained safely online. All right. So now let's talk about how you can secure and protect your digital information. Okay. So there are three ways to protect your digital identity. No, one, you choose the content that you show other people. You be wary of abusive content, and of course, you secure your account. Now we'll go through each one of these ways. All right. First, no, in choosing the content that you show to other people, it is important that you be your authentic self. No, try not to use a fake name, no, fake profile, and you also have to know when to report fake profiles. Kadalasan sa atin gusto yung mga fancy names, no? Okay lang naman, okay lang naman. But if you are one who wants to look professional, no? Kasi sometimes there are employers siguro, no, when you are job hunting, that would like to see your Facebook account, your personal Facebook account, no? And with by seeing, no, what kind of posts you share through your timeline, know what pages you follow, they can see your behavior, no? So it is also important, no, wag na lang natin ilagay siguro, or dinidiscourage namin, no, na to not to put so much information about your relationships, no? Relationships with your families and friends, or sino yung mga siblings nyo, because this might also be a threat, no, and can also be contribute to identity theft, no. There is an option for you to hide those relationships. Okay, you also have to choose your friends wisely, no. It's just very funny that during the May elections, no, presidential elections that just happened recently, ang daming mga friendships na friends na nagdrifted apart, no, because of um different views, no. But I actually see some of my friends who unfriended each other, or who have ranted on our GCs na, because they support different parties. Sana hindi ganon, no? It's just very sad to think about the negative things that happened just because you're not supportive of each other's parties, no. So may mga if you can after this siguro, after this session, try to look at your friends list, try to revisit kumbaga yung friends list nyo. Do you really know those people, no, personally, or is it just an acquaintance just because you are from the same school, ano? Ayun, sabi nga ni Ma'am Renalyn, SOCMED detox era. Yes, this is the time, no? And try to unfriend if that acquaintance just posts Facebook and rants about his daily life or whatever. It's toxic for you to see, kasi nakikita mo na nasi-stress siya. Tapos you read his or her posts, and you become stressed as well, no. So try to detoxify, no, your social media. Try to if hindi naman pwede namang hindi yan friend, unfollow na lang para hindi mo nakikita yung mga posts niya, na rant posts niya, no. Unfollow, or if talagang very toxic na talaga, block right away. Okay? Ayun, hide notifications or ignore. Yes, unfriend na lang daw, sabi ni Queen. Okay. All right. Sige. And lastly, choose your audience wisely. So there is an option for you to choose, no, if you want to have your posts to be viewed by the public, no, or if you just want your friends, only your friends, to see your post. Kung makikita nyo before you post something, there is a setting on Facebook that allows you to change the audience, no. If it's meant for the public, then do public it. But if it's just meant for people close to you, and the public doesn't really have anything to do with your posts, then change your audience. Okay. And hopefully everybody has followed, no. Ayan. So Facebook has its community standards na module, no? Parang code of conduct lang ito, or students handbook, no? This is a guide for you, for the users, no, to see what is and what are not allowed on Facebook, no? Diyan po yung mga policies. This is inclusive of your different views and beliefs, no? Those people, and communicate that might otherwise be overlooked and marginalized. So konting just good to know information for you guys, not to visit the community standards, kasi parang if I'm not sure if you've experienced it, no, but I've experienced it myself, no, na panay post ko about something, and then eventually to a lot of groups na yung same post ko, at parang natatag na siya as flooding, no, or spamming. So my account was suspended for how many days, and I wasn't able to access or to post to a group. So yun pala is one of the terms that you will need to abide to sa kanilang community standards, and they have to do it because you violated some of their terms, no. Ayun, kasi sabi din ni Sir Ma'am Lurleen, no, deactivate Facebook daw. Yes, you can do so. And if you have tried it, no, you can just go back anytime, no, if you think that the time is enough for you to detox. Ayan. Okay. So try to after this, or if you have another mobile, try to review the community standards, no? So you have the link there, or you could just go to your Facebook app. Okay? Ayan. So when you violate the community guidelines of Facebook, no, it might be because your content will be removed, no, or deleted, no. And if you do not remove, there will be a warning, man, that Facebook will be giving to you, no. And if you don't remove, no, the content on your own, no, it may affect your access, no. It could be that your account will be deleted, no. That's the worst that could happen, no. So if someone noticed na your account is no longer active, no, yun yung usually nangyayari is nire-remove ni Facebook yung account nyo due to violations of the community standards, no. So but there is an option for you, no, if you think na this is incorrectly tagged, no, there is an option for you to counter or to send, no, a request, and Facebook will reassess. Okay. Now let's go to the second one, no. Be wary of abusive content. Be wary of scam, no. Scams in money theft, no. Money theft means when someone asks for your financial information, no, just to steal money from you. And it could also be, for identity theft, no. It's when someone tries to steal your personal information and, no, pretend to be you. Okay. And of course, You could also be a victim of phishing. No, it's when somebody creates a fake website, no, and asks for you to um, log in or to input your passwords, no, which also brings us to the thought that you shouldn't be doing your personal or your banking transactions on public um, networks, no, because there might be interceptions on your financial information that can lead you to become a victim of money theft or phishing. Okay, so of course, report abusive content if you see that, hey, this is not good, no, this is not this is abusive, no, try to please do your part as a responsible netizen, no, report. There is an option for you to report any post that you have, no. Sabi ni Sir Jerby, no, I just ignored them at di nagre-reply sa mga post nila regarding politics. Yes, that's also one thing, no. Unfollow daw yung toxic or OA na masyado makapost. Okay, that's a good input, Ma'am Renalyn. All right. Now, number 3, secure your account. Of course, secure your login and log out information. So it is encouraged, no, that you change your password from time to time, especially when you log in to multiple devices. No, it could be from inside of your home or in your offices or outside in public areas, no. So make sure that you secure your login credentials. So use strong passwords, no. It could be a combination of numbers, letters, and characters. And make sure na you switch on login alerts on Facebook. There is an option for you to check, no, your security and login activities. For those who are working on multiple devices, no, and eventually if this happened to you, you have to do this, no. If you lose a device and you remember that you have your social media logged in there, or even your email logged in there, and you got your phone lost or stolen, do this right away, no. Log into any device that you've still logged in your account, or re-log in another device, and do a security checkup. With this, you can log out any device that is still logged in, and kung sino man yung nakapulot ng phone mo will not be able to access your social media, no. Ayan. Correct po. Two-factor authentication. So when you look at your Facebook app there, or your on your desktop, you can see on the settings there is a security checkup or security and login, no, to see, no, which settings you have to adjust to increase your online safety. Okay, so this is how it looks like. Of course, if you can, please, no, do two-factor authentication, no. It will be paired, no, with your number, so that when you log in first time, if you notice that, if you have done this first time on a device that is not familiar, or it's a new device primarily, it will send a code to your phone that is phone number that is registered to your account, ano. And you will be also be notified when somebody logs in from your account. Okay, so accounts are more difficult to hack when two-factor authentication is enabled. So right at this instant, yung mga hindi pa nakapag two-factor authentication, please do so. This is for your own safety too. Okay? Ayan. For strong passwords, no, make sure it has a combination of small and big letters, right? It has different characters, no, and it's not too short. You can actually use your own dialect, ano, to be part to contribute to your password, no? Sa mga Bisaya, pwedeng like guwapa ko 123 dollar dollar, and then this is more secure, no? Because some of the hackers use a certain dictionary, English dictionary, to get a list of possible passwords. Ayan, so one useful tip, no, when you change your password. Okay. And then in securing your account, lastly, no, you have to set your location privacy. Kung hindi naman necessary na mag-share ng location, don't do so, no? Because if you have your active location, no, and yung nga sa example natin kanina na nanakawan yung bahay nila kasi updated na naman si kawatan sa, or let's say friends sila, no, ng one of the family members. So eventually they get victimized, no? So check your privacy settings, no? Yung sinabi natin kanina, to conduct a privacy checkup. It will not take a while, no? At least 2 to 3 minutes. You can already secure your account, and then check your security settings. Okay, so on how to protect your digital identity on Facebook, take the Facebook privacy checkup, no? So you can visit facebook.com/about/basics, no? Or if you can follow right now as we go along the slides on another mobile device, you can do so, or another laptop or PC. So all you need to do is to click on the settings at the top right hand corner of Facebook, and click on privacy shortcuts. Then you will be prompted to select, no, or review a few important privacy settings under the privacy section. Okay, next you click next and answer the following questions about your settings. So what are those questions? These are related, no, to what who can see what you share, no? You can choose if only friends of friends, or public, no, or friends only, or only me ang makakasi ng certain posts, no? And then it also involves how you keep your account secure. Okay, how people can find you on Facebook, if they can find you by searching your phone number, or your if they can search using your email, no? Your data settings on Facebook, and your ad preferences on Facebook. So do this, no? If you haven't done this before, please do so even after this session. This will actually help you out in securing your digital identity. Okay. Again, no, in securing your accounts, you set strong passwords. You enable login alerts, yung makakakuha ka ng code when somebody logs in your account, no? You activate your login approvals. And then if you log out of unused devices, especially those lost devices, and of course, you do a security checkup. So may mga links tayo dyan. You could just see that on Facebook, no? Or you could take a screenshot of that and then put it on the browser. All right? Are we still following so far? May I see a smiley emoji sa ating reactions button if everybody is still following. Ayan, may attendance po ba? Yes. Secretariat, can you just post again na lang the attendance? Ayun, ang daming smiles. Thank you so much. Okay. Sige po. Let's move on. All right. Okay. Now, our responsible citizen, again, protects 3 aspects. So we've already discussed about protecting yourself on social media. Okay, now this time let's talk about how you can protect your family and friends on Facebook. Okay? Now, I have here a few situations that I'd like everyone to participate. If you have, if you see, no, if you receive this kind of messages from your office mates, from your friend, or from your sibling, what would you reply? So let's start with the office mate muna. Let's see. Pag may nagsabi na, I really hate my boss, what would you possibly reply to this to this sentiment? Malabo po ba? Ayun. Sa office mates nyo, I really hate my boss. Sasabihin nyo bang, ako din, I hate my boss too. Okay? Ayun. Okay, sabi ni Sir Jethro, ask the why. Okay, why? Okay, sabi ni Nikki, coffee? Parang may pagchichikahan, ano? Sige. Rule 1, the boss is right. Okay, thank you so much for your answers. How about to your friend, no, when he or she says, it's such a hassle being in the Philippines. I hate it here. What would you say? If you have a friend who's not from here, or maybe who went abroad and came back to the Philippines how many years after, ask why again, no? Anyari friend, care to share? Okay. Good. Thank you. Uwi na siya. All right. Sige, sige. How about to a sibling, or yung kapatid mo sinabi, I'm too lazy to go to school. Okay? Nakakatamad pumuntang school. Sabi ni Joanna, same. Why, baby? Okay. Hold on. Ayun. Sabi ni Wilfredi, ox lang. Motivate yourself. Okay, sabihin niyo yan, no? Sa sister niyo. Alright? Mag-aral ka. Sayang allowance mo. Okay? Sige. Moving on. Alright, no? So, we have no so many different stories and backgrounds, and people tend to post in that way, maybe because there are triggers, no, on their situations, no. Sometimes we feel very negative or very judgmental on their on their sentiments, no, without even knowing the back story, no. For example, sa office mate mo na rant about sa boss mo, no, care to have a coffee? What if, no, these complaints, no, can affect your job relationships, no. And to a friend who doesn't like the Philippines because it's so hot, no, maybe my negative experience lang sila in the past na it prompted or triggered them to hate the Philippines. And for your sibling who is lazy to go to school, maybe ask why they are feeling lazy, no? Maybe they are going through something, no? So, correct yon. You ask why, no? Okay, so encourage him to go to school. It's fun being a student. Correct po. No, so it's also important for us to be able to remember na every person has a reason, no? And they have a reason to post what they posted, no, and they have their own stories that, no, you might be overthinking and overreacting on how they are feeling, no, on that moment that they are posting whatever they are posting. Okay, so let's not forget, no, that the other person isn't just a screen, no, there is someone behind the screen, no. Sometimes we tend to be so focused on whatever we see that we forget that there is a human being behind the screen with feelings, no, of their own and own experiences, just like you and me. Agree? Sometimes we tend to neglect that fact and nakakalimutan natin na tao din sila, no? Na may feelings behind the screen. Okay? So, empathy is the ability, no, to feel another person, no, putting ourselves on the shoes of others to see the person's point of view. No, it is very important and powerful because this allows us to create a more positive experience and generate, no, very useful conversations and worthy conversations, no. And let's empathize with those who are triggered, no. Let's empathize with those who are going through something instead of, no, backlashing, uh, ranting against their rants as well. Okay? So yan kasi yung nakakasira ng relationships, no? Correct po. Sabi ni Sir James, a post can be a cry for help. All right? Now this time, let's do a little bit of perspective checking. So I have here an image on the right side of the screen. Can you guess or can you type sa comment section or sa ating chat box? What do you see? Sige daw. Ayun, I see a butterfly. Okay. I see two persons chatting. All right. Okay. Two faces. Okay. Thank you so much. Maraming nagsasabing butterfly, marami ding two faces. Okay. So it could be, no, both butterfly, either of the two pala, no, butterfly or two faces. How about this one? What do you see? Sige daw. A man and woman facing each other. Okay, good. Two faces. Same person. Okay. A vase. Okay, nice. A goblet. All right. Reflection. Okay, thank you so much sa inyong mga responses, no? Ayun, so it could either be a vase, no? Or two faces, no? So why do some of us see different things? That's normal, no? It depends on which angle you are seeing the object from, or um the things can look different, diba? Some of us can see this as vase, some of us can see this as two persons facing each other. But just because, no, we see different things doesn't mean one of us is wrong, one is correct. Hindi, no? Because we have different perspectives. We all have different backgrounds, kumbaga, no? And we have different experiences that there are things that we don't share, no, with each other. Okay, so that's really normal to have different perspectives. Okay, ayun, gusto ko yung we have different perceptions and views in life. Correct. Okay, so why is it important to communicate online respectfully? So when we practice being respectful online, we are able to bring about a community, no, that listens, that understands, and create solutions, no. So bakit ba importante na maging respectful, no? Of course, we have different perspectives and experiences. And it is our responsibility, no, to respect the values, the feelings, and beliefs of others and accept differences. Agree? No? And of course, we respect others and accept differences. We recognize that behind every screen, there is a human being. We can have conversations that allow ourselves and communities to be better and more helpful. So how do we initiate productive and positive conversations? No? So there are ways to practice positive online engagement. Number one, know your audience. No, in real life, your conversation with your friends is different. No, with your conversations between your boss and your teacher. No, so in the online world, that's also similar. No, so you ask yourself, am I talking to this person with respect on who they are to me? Especially, no, I can relate this sa ating mga online teachers in the online classes. No, that sometimes there is uh, a little bit of, there should not be a gap between your conversations sa students nyo, no? Because sometimes napaka-chill na lang ng ating mga students nowadays na sinasabihan na lang si teacher na girl, or maybe they're so close, no, na hey girl, no. It's important to still maintain the gap, no, and know who are your audience, who or whom are you talking to. All right. Number two, you place yourself in others' shoes, no, that you look at the things based on the point of view of others, not only from your point of view. Now, so you ask yourself, the question here is, what is his background? What is her background, no, or backstory? And what are his daily experiences, no, that that contributed, no, on his opinion? Bakit nasabi niya na napakainit dito sa Pilipinas? I really hate it. No, maybe because he had uh, a negative experience. Okay. Number three, treat everybody as important. No, so every opinion is very valuable. No, nothing is more important than the other. No, always think of the feelings of other people. No, so the question here that you need to ask yourself um, is that, in what way do I want to be treated by others? No, am I treating them right? No, because yung sinasabi natin na respect begets respect. No, if you want to be respected, then respect others. No, and then next is be open. Be open-minded. No, don't judge into conclusions right away. No, so your question here, an important question that you'll have to ask yourself is, do I have enough information to come up with a correct conclusion? Did I even search, no, for other resources before commenting? No. Okay. And then number five is be sensitive to the environment. No, always remember that there are reasons why a person is speaking that way about something. No, so the question here is, you'll need to ask yourself, did I consider the feelings? No, did I consider the background and the perspective of the person before I comment? No, so these are some of the ways that you can practice, no, positive engagement to the online community. All right. Now, we've already talked about being responsible for your family and for yourself from firstly, and then secondly, we talked about being responsible for your family and friends. Okay, now let's talk about how you can be responsible to your community. Okay, so online, no, we see a lot of information. Now we see facts, we see opinions, we see false information. No? So let's talk about the factual information that we see on the digital world. No, a fact is, you know, something that is true. No, of course, for this example, this is an apple. All right. Now, can you type in, no, just a small na lang, a small phrase, short phrase, kumbaga, a sample of a fact. Sige daw, let's check if andito pa ba ang ating 300 participants. Okay, this is a red apple. An apple is color red. Okay, that's a fact because that's what we see. All right. Okay, thank you. Now, when we speak of opinion, yeah, we refer it as someone's interpretation, no, something that cannot be proven. All right. Now, for example, when I say this is the only apple in the city, of course, that's my opinion, but it may not be true to others. All right. So, can anybody give me another example of an opinion? Okay. The apple is sweet. Okay. Yeah. That's correct because not all apples may be as sweet as you have tasted it. Okay, it's crunchy and delicious. All right. Okay, thank you for your responses. Now, we also see, you know, false news on social media platforms. No, it's determined when we determine, no, fact from opinion. It seems very easy enough, no? But things get more complicated when we are talking about false information or fake news, no? So what are the real life consequences of false news? No? These false information can have real consequences to other people. You may not notice it right away, no? Or you may not um, see it, but some of the false information that we see online have affected an individual in one way or another. All right. So, for example, no, a false news, no, could damage the reputation of someone. No, Rachel is pregnant. No, mga marites, online maritesan. No, Republic of Marites as per PRRD, no? And of course, we it's deceiving, no? It affects your personal safety. Kung like you I'm pretty sure a lot of us has experienced, no, receiving random messages that you've won how many thousands to claim. You will have to call this number or click this link. Don't right away click any link, no, that you get, especially that you see may mga features ang phone natin ngayon, ano, na can detect spams or very alarming na mga messages. So that's one of the advantages that we can filter na, no, kung yung mga spamming information. Of course, it causes fear or panic, no? This is a worst case scenario na marami ang nasusugatan kasi false information, no? For example, I can just remember it happened here in Cebu when I think I'm not just pretty sure when was it, but it was a ano ba 'yon? Yung may parang may nag-shout na tsunami and everyone from the near the coastal areas were running, no, very urgently to the center. And in fact, marami yung mga iniwan yung mga cars nila due to panic, no. Oo, yes, sa Cebu yon. I just don't remember the exact date, ano. And that caused really a stir across the country kasi marami yung nasira yung mga properties, no? Maraming nasugatan kasi may nag-stampede or whatever. So this false information can really cause real life consequences, no? Of course, we have to also be sensitive, no, that other people may be affected in one way or another by false information. Okay? Now, given this reality, we need to prepare ourselves, no? You need to check, no, if that information that you're sharing is credible. Kung kapani-paniwala talaga, no? If it's based on facts. Now, this time, let's have a quick icebreaker, ano? So all you need to do is what we're going to do is I'll be flashing situations, no? On how you can check if a news story or post is true. What you will do for those who are here on the chat box or in our Zoom meeting pala, you type in the letter that corresponds to the items that you think, no, should be checked or appropriate. So one item might have multiple answers, correct answers. So type lang natin if it's A, B, C, or D. Now, for those who are watching online, you can use the reactions button. Now, if for A, you can use the like button, no, on our live stream. For B, you can use the heart reaction, no. If you think C is appropriate, no, you use the haha or the laugh emoji. And then if it's D, you use the wow. Okay, let's try sa ating Zoom participants. Can you type in A kung andito pa ba? Let's check. Ayon, nangunguna si Sir Paul Benedict. B. Okay. C. Ayon, very attentive. And lastly, letter D. Okay. Sige. Ayon, nauna. All right, let's start. All right, so the first one. How do we know if the news article post is real or false? A, read about the About Us website section. B, domain or website name. C, check if the post is from a close friend. D, check the picture. So again, each item might have multiple answers, so you can actually choose multiple letters. All right, so may nagsasabing A and B. May nagsasabing A only, B only, A and C. So let's check, no? How do we know if the news article or post is real or false, no? The three A, B, and D are applicable. So first, read the About Us website section, no? What does the website say about this particular group, no? What is the domain name, no? So you have to be very mindful. Kung makikita nyo sa URL, no, yung address bar nila, like it's very very intriguing ba? Kung may nagsasabi, like for example, .com, .co, .co, no? Parang magdududa ka na, no? Like for example, abcnews.com, that might be credible. But if you say na abcnews.com.co, it's a different story, no? So you might, at first glance, you might see na legitimate site, but if you dig really deeper and you use your what do you call that, suspicious mind, no, you might see something very risky. Like for example, you might see spam emails from email addresses. No, you check your spam folder. For example, may nakalagay na the address is BPI online dot or BPI address dot gmail.com. No, hindi yan from BPI because BPI has its own domain, no? bpi.com or .ph. So you have to be wary. Usong-uso yan, yung mga phishing. Oh, kumbaga, you check your kutob, sabi pa ni Sir Jethro. Oo. So, sa atin, no, if it's from .gov or .ph or .edu.ph, then that will be, that is credible or reliable. Now, lastly, letter D, no, you check the picture. What does the photo look like? If the news article has photos, or if it's the post is only a photo, is it being used in a different context? No, so what you can do is you can actually do a reverse check. Try to drag the photo. You download the photo on your device, and then go to Google. You can actually upload the photo and see if there are similar photos from which site ba nila kinuha, no? Or parang kinuha lang from somewhere out there, no? Very risky. Ayan, Google Photos, images.google.com, and then you upload the photo. That's how you do the reverse search. Okay? So letter C is not applicable because you don't check if the post is from a close friend. It won't matter. No? Kahit close friend mo pa yan nag-post, and maniniwala ka ba right away? No? Okay, so let's try the next one. How do we know if the news article or post is real or false? A, shared by a group or page you follow. B, with sources or evidence from credible institutions. C, shared by more than 1,000 people. Or letter D, author, by its author. Okay? A, B, C, or D? Ayan, sabi nila A, B, D. Yung nagsabing A, B, C, D, all of the above. Okay? So let's see. No? How do we know if the news article is real or false? Okay? So, ayon, B and D, with sources or evidence from credible institutions. No? Would the publishing site meet the academic citation standards? No? Yung correct ba ang citation nila? No, just because the site is popular among your friends does not mean its content is accurate. Now, of course, you also check the author of the post, no, to see, try to check, no, if there's a certain Bob Dylan who is an author of a cybersecurity article that you spread, no, if it's just hoax or rumor, no, try to read the article. No, do you think the tone is trying to evoke humor, or is it serious? No, maraming na parang yung sabi sa kanta na marami ang namamatay sa maling akala. Yon, you have to be very mindful. Ayan, so it's letter B and D. So you also have to check, no, yung date ng article ba, is it appropriate? Ayan. Maraming naniniwala sa satire, of course. Maraming fake news or nako-Colombia, no? Lastly, how do we know if this article is real or false? Is it from the spelling error, no? All caps, dramatic punctuations, yung date of post niya, date of article, if the article is similar. Which of these options? A, B, C, D. So, may nagsasabing C lang. Ano? Okay. Actually, it's A, B, and C. No? So, you check the formatting. Much of the false news that you can right away see, no, or detect, these posts usually have formatting errors like wrong spelling, no? The sentence construction is incorrect, no? Yung lacking ng punctuation marks, no? If it was from a trustworthy source, then it would have proper formatting. And of course, check, no, the quality and timeliness of the posts, no? When was it posted and written, no? And try to do a quick research and verify along with other sources, not to see if the timeliness of the article makes sense. Yung maraming nabibiktima sa walang pasok today, May 9, 2020, 2021. And then eventually pala yung post na yon is way back 2020. Tapos may nagsasabi na nakikita mo na yung mga estudyante mo na nagsasabi, "Ma'am, sabi dito, walang pasok." Tapos ikaw din na classmate mo nag-post ng ganon, no? So hindi ka rin papasok. And without knowing na that was a throwback post lang pala, no? Okay, so A, B, and C is appropriate. Okay, not just you don't see or you don't think if the article is familiar from you. No, it doesn't make sense. All right. Now, what to check for red flags when it comes to identifying false information online. So first, you check if it's an untrustworthy yung source niya, no. So check if the post is from a credible institution, no, and if it's really the correct site of the institution. Number two, if the headlines are unrealistic, no, so over exaggerated yung headlines, no, and the purpose is it just to really grab someone's attention? Yun. You need to be wary, no? Unusual yung URL link nila, no? So try to check if the link points to a correct or will it redirect to another site, no? So try to check on the address bar if naka HTTPS ba siya, much better kasi it will be more secure, no? And then if it's out of date, check the date. Yung sinabi nating wrong date ng no classes kasi last year pa pala yun. Kasi last year yung holiday. All right? You check on the formatting. If it's poorly done, no? May errors in the punctuation marks, yung mga texts or images are placed, no, incorrectly. And then you check for unverified images, no? Yung sinabi natin kanina na do reverse checking, no? And then you try to check on the author if the author is legit, no? If you can see him on Google and he's really an author of that post. And then if you check, no, if it's hoax or humor, no? Is it evoking humor or is it trying to be serious? All right. Now, what will you start doing now that you know that, or you have already checked if an article is truthful? No? So when we see false information on Facebook or on any platform that you are in, now try to click on the three dots along that post, no, and click report post. If you see this post is spreading false information, no, you don't add fuel to the fire, no. Kumbaga, report right away. No, I think it shouldn't be on Facebook and then it's a false news story para hindi na kumalat, no. Parang prevent before the cure. Okay. Now, when something gets reported to Facebook, Facebook usually reviews the reported posts, and eventually they will remove if they can assess na this post is violating no sa community standards, no, and no information will be included about the person who filed the report. Kumbaga, hindi makikita yon ng Facebook, or it will not be shared online, ano. Now, how can you be discerning with the posts that you can see? No, you ask yourself, have you experienced seeing a news event and thinking it was true just because of rumors or a false image video? No, people around the world today kasi are reporting events on Facebook, on Twitter, on YouTube, and messaging apps like Snapchat and WhatsApp, no? So a lot of people have used social media as an important tool, no, to organize protests, no, to engage with the news. It could be by posting photos, no? Could be posting videos, status updates, and sharing or commenting to a certain post. No, so you should know at least how to filter and make sense of all the things that you see on social media. Because with this skill, no, it becomes a very important skill for us nowadays, especially for those who use Facebook in the maximum hours in a day, no, so it becomes a skill for us to read, no, to create and unwittingly share misinformation and false news that we see, and we should have to report it right away, no. And again, as I have as a lot of cybersecurity advocacies have been sharing, um, do not no add fuel to the fire. For example, I was in this addressing online Bausi session, and we really um, encourage those who see who might be shared with videos or scandals of abuses against women and children, not to share na lang, no. If you receive something like that, do not share it with others in your online friends or online community. Instead, no, report it on Facebook or on your local police, no. Of course, um the people or the children and the women involved in on those videos might be affected in one way or another. All right, now we are part of one online community, and we all have the responsibility. Now here's a quick video, no, on recapping all of this.
Every day, people from all over the world share billions of things on Facebook. The conversations that happen here reflect the diversity of this global community. At Facebook, our goal is to create a welcoming and safe environment so people can share and connect with their friends and families. Occasionally, people share content that can be abusive or harmful. We created Facebook community standards to explain what kinds of things can and cannot be shared on the site. For instance, you can't bully or harass someone or post hate speech or threats of violence. If you see something that you think violates these standards, report it by clicking the report link so that we can review it and take action. Not all disagreeable or disturbing content violates our community standards, but by blocking, unfollowing, or unfriending the person or page that posted the content, you can control what you see on Facebook. To learn more about our community standards, visit facebook.com/community standards. Every day, people from
Ayon, ano? So it's very important for you to be mindful of your digital footprints, your digital self, or to become responsible digital citizens, no? So on Facebook, there are FAQs, no, that you can actually browse through on how you can set up your profile and your security settings to get help, no, on unfollowing pages, unfollowing people. And of course, you can also customize on how people see you, receive messages from people you don't know, no, and of course you can customize the way you receive notifications, no. And then of course, with those in mind, with all those inputs that you have been given in today's session on digital citizenship, I hope that we can start from here. If we haven't started beforehand, let's start from here on. Protect ourselves, protect our families and friends, and protect the community, and become responsible digital citizens. All right. So that's it for our introduction to digital citizenship. I hope you were able to get something out of this session. So thank you so much for your time. And if you do have time to post, no, about this session, use the hashtag digital tayo para makita po natin on Facebook. Thank you so much.
So, Ms. Rodina, thank you for that very insightful talk that you have shared with us today. Before we conclude this event, let's take this moment to award the Certificate of Appreciation to our trainer or resource person, Ms. Rodina S. Pangilinan, in grateful recognition as resource person for the webinar Introduction to Digital Citizenship held today, May 18, 2022, given this 18th May of 2022, signed by Maria Lourdes P. Aquilizan, Director 3 of the ICT Literacy and Competency Development Bureau. So let us give Ms. Rodina a clap reaction or a heart reaction for this, for her contributions today.
Thank you so much. I'm very happy and honored to share this module for you. And let's all be responsible digital citizens. Thank you, ILCDB team.
Thank you, Ms.
And
Rodina.
our participants.
So I'd like to call on Ms. Mariceline Parato to provide us with her closing remarks.
Thank you, Ms. Joanna. Hello, everyone. I hope you had a great time learning. First of all, on behalf of the DICT ILCDB, I would like to thank our dear participants for joining us today. Thank you to the digital education team, the team behind all the preparations. Thank you to our dear trainer, Ms. Rodina Pangilinan, for sharing all your knowledge on digital citizenship. And thank you, Facebook Digital Tayo and AHA Behavioral Designs for making this webinar possible. To our participants, I personally hope that you take with you all the learnings that you gained today, from basic digital literacy and cyber safety to empathy and critical thinking online. Our dear participants and viewers, I hope that this webinar helped you to become responsible, know how and when to protect yourself online. Also, I hope that you think first before you post or you click anything online. Sabi nga po ni Ms. Rodina, may tao po behind those screen. Think about that person behind those online accounts and communicate with respect. And of course, I wish that you learn to identify disinformation, real and fake news articles, especially today na ang bilis paniwalaan ng almost everything online. So let's be wise. And also, I look forward that you will all apply what you have learned in this webinar. Again, on behalf of the digital education team, maraming salamat po for being part of this webinar.